We're going to show you how to make a row of 10 double crochet stitches. The double crochet is the simplest and most basic form of crochet stitch that you can make, and it makes a really quite a dense fabric. It's quite a nice, tight, structured material at the end. So we'll show you how to do that. We're going to start by making a foundation chain. So we need to go right back to the beginning and make that slip knot to pop on our hook. So we're going to make a loop, and we're just going to bring that through. We're going to pop that on our hook, and then we're going to do a row of, it's actually 11 chain stitches, and I'll show you why in just a moment. So we're going to make 1, 2, and we're going to make sure we've got that yarn going around the back there, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's our basic foundation chain of 10. But what we want to do, we're going to start working our way back along here, and what I need is enough height to get me back along. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one more chain stitch. So we're going to bring that around and put it through there, and then these 2 stitches here are actually going to act as our very first crochet. So now what I'm going to start working into is this stitch just here, not the one we've just made, not that one there, this one here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop my hook, so that pointy end there is going to go into the middle of that chain stitch. So what we've got is one loop on our hook there and the chain that we had just made. So now what we need to do is bring that yarn around that hook, just like we did when we were making our chain stitches. So that hook is ready to grab that yarn again, and we're going to pull him through that chain stitch there. So that is going to come through there like that. And what we've got then is 2 loops on our hook. And to finish this double crochet stitch, we're going to yarn over again. Yarning over is the technical term for when you bring that yarn around your hook. So we're going to yarn over, we're going to pull that chap through these 2 loops on a hook. So just pull it through, and that's completed your first double crochet stitch. So we'll do that again, the next one along, using the point of our hook. If we pull it, you'll see our chain stitch here. There's a nice little gap in the middle. That's exactly where our hook is going to go. It's going to go in there, through that chain, so there's 1 loop there, and the second from our last stitch on our hook. We're going to yarn over, so that hook's ready to pull that yarn through, just through the chain stitch there, just through that first loop. So what we've now got is 2 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over again and put it through the next 2. So we've worked 2 double crochet stitches. I'm just going to get a bit more yarn out, and we're going to do the next one along. So again, we find the centre of that chain stitch, we're going in, as you see we're going from the front to the back, we're going to yarn over, and we're going to pull that through the first loop only, so we've got 2 left on our hook. We're going to yarn over again, and we're going through the next 2. So let's do it again. Next chain along. If you're starting to get confused, if you pull that up there, you can see this loop here, this chain stitch, has got a stitch coming up out of it. So you know that what you've got to find is the next one along. So that's going in there. The yarn's coming over, it's coming through the first loop only. So you've got 2 left on your hook. Yarn over again through the next 2. And what you'll see is these little V's here, these are our stitches, and you can tell from the top the little V's there, they're our stitches too. So far we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and that little chap we made at the beginning with the chain, and we've got left here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to go into the next one and do those last 5, using the point through the middle of that chain, yarn over, pull it through 1, yarn over, pull it through 2. And you start to find a bit of a rhythm with this eventually. It goes through the middle, yarn over through 1, yarn over through 2. All the while making sure that you're not going into the same chain hole as you've just been in. You need to go into that next one along. So into the next one, grab him, pull him through, yarn over through 2. We've got 2 chaps left to go. We're not going to use the bit of the slip knot we made at the beginning. We only want to use our chain stitches. So he's going into the next one. We're grabbing that and pulling it through 2. And now for the last one. So again, that slip knot we made at the beginning, he's not going to be used as a stitch. We just will now want that very last chain stitch right there. That hook's going in there. Yarn over, put it through 1, yarn over, put it through 2. So we've just done our 9th stitch, and what we now need to do our final, our 10th stitch, is we need to work into the top of that very start chain that we made on the first row. So we're still going to find our V. What we're going to do is we're going to wiggle our hook just through both of those there like that. That bit can be a bit fiddly. It's all right, persevere. We're going to bring our yarn through, yarn over, through 2. And what that's given us is 10 double crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then this little chap here is the start chain, the one chain we did to turn that work and get going. And what you start to see are these little V's, and there are stitches all the way along.